If stalemates were soulmates, well, then Westminster City Council members would be made for each other. But they are not made for each other, and that led to a 78-round face-off last night where Westminster City Council could not break a tie on who should be their next deputy mayor. I fell asleep before Liam Adams, the excellent reporter from Colorado Community Media, had the final result posted to social media. It was well after midnight. Westminster is in this mess because the mayor resigned while facing a recall, and another council member is up against another recall in July. Recalls have become quite the popular tool in Colorado politics lately. Our Marshall Zellinger's along now to explain how some state legislators, Marshall, want to slow that roll.
Ever since Democratic State Representative Tom Sullivan fended off a recall in 2019, Kyle, Democratic lawmakers have wanted to tighten the rules on recalls. We told you about the 80-page election reform bill recently introduced. It includes changes to recalls. A lot of it, though, has to do with petitions and the collection of signatures. One new provision, for example, if you try to recall someone and fail and want to do it again in that same term for that person, you need to collect even more signatures the second time around, and none of them are allowed to be the persons who signed the first time. The old rules still apply in Westminster, where former Mayor Herb Atchison was facing a recall election but resigned last week, citing advice from his doctor. Another member of Westminster City Council, John Voles, faces a recall election set for July. In the last 2 years, there have been recall attempts of local political leaders in Fort Morgan, Estes Park, Pitkin, Brighton, Elizabeth, Netherland, Wiggins, Idaho Springs, Ordway, Larkspur, and Westminster.
If you're going to recall somebody and not wait for a scheduled election, have a good reason other than you're just mad about the way they voted on a single vote. If they've done something wrong, that's the time to do it.
Atchison was facing a recall for his vote to increase water rates in 2018 and his failure to support lower rates. Voles wasn't on city council in 2018, but enough signatures were collected to put his name on the recall election for failure to support lower water rates. We've seen strategic recalls in the past. In 2013, 2 Democratic state senators were recalled over gun legislation. They were replaced with Republicans. Then Democratic Senator Evie Hudak faced a recall effort, and if her seat flipped, Republicans would have taken control of the Senate.
They were recalling me not because of bills I carried. They were recalling me because my reelection the year before was very close, and they felt that they might be able to overcome the 384 votes that I won by.
Hudak resigned before the signatures could be turned in, and by resigning, a Democratic vacancy committee picked her replacement, and the Democrats held on to the Senate for the rest of that year. In Westminster, of course, it's more confusing. Because the mayor resigned, the deputy mayor took his spot, leaving her council seat open, and now it's the city council that gets to pick her replacement within 30 days, and based on what we saw last night, or at least what Liam saw last night, that will take at least 78 votes, and if they don't pick within 30 days, a special election will be held to fill her seat.
Recalls are like anything else in politics. If it works, people will do it, irrespective of ideology. Marshall, thank you.